Have you ever found yourself wondering about the hidden stories, the ones that simmer just beneath the surface of a seemingly perfect life, or, even a quiet, unassuming town? It's those unspoken histories and secret burdens that often, well, profoundly shape the individuals and communities we inhabit. Today, we're taking a deep dive into precisely that kind of narrative. Broken Country, a novel of secrets and fractured lives. We'll be pulling out the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from the summary and review you've shared. Our aim is to cut through any noise and get straight to the heart of what makes this book so compelling. So, our mission today: to quickly get you well informed about this really emotionally charged novel. We're exploring its characters, its powerful themes, and trying to understand exactly why it's resonated so deeply with readers. I mean, it even earned the distinction of being a Reese's book club pick. It's truly a journey into the quiet complexities of human experience, and maybe the truths we choose to bury.
Yeah, and what's particularly interesting about Broken Country, I think, isn't just that it explores these kind of universal truths, but how it does it. It specifically uses the intimate claustrophobia of a small town to really amplify the individual burdens of secrets. It shows us how that forced closeness, intensifies the human cost of denial. It offers a shortcut, really, to understanding these incredibly complex human and societal dynamics by focusing on their direct personal impact.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Okay, so diving into Broken Country, the sources describe it as an emotionally charged novel, one that masterfully blends a tense love story with these big themes of secrets and identity. So what did the summary tell us is the central conflict? What really sets this whole intricate story in motion?
Well, at its core, the novel's premise revolves around a marriage. And on the surface, it appears stable, maybe even idyllic. But the sources highlight that beneath this veneer, it's deeply marked by silence and, well, a complex web of secrets. And as the story unfolds, these layers of deception and unspoken truth, they threaten to shatter not just the couple's relationship, but also the fragile balance of their entire community. So this isn't just a private drama. Its ripple effects are pretty wide-reaching. The story itself is set in a really evocative small town, one described as brimming with undercurrents of mistrust and a long-buried history. It kind of creates the perfect stage for these secrets to unravel.
So it's a dual tension right from the start, personal and communal. What's truly striking here, I think, is how the novel immediately establishes that. It's interesting how it suggests that individual secrets rarely, if ever, stay contained within just a relationship. They almost always ripple outwards, don't they?
Indeed. This novel masterfully demonstrates how secrets don't just ripple outwards, but they actually calcify within a community's historical memory. They create these almost literal fault lines that define its present-day relationships and, frankly, power dynamics. It really shows us that a community's collective silence can become just as impactful as any individual revelation. It definitely invites you, the listener, to consider how many quiet towns you know might hold similar unacknowledged histories, just waiting, maybe, for the right moment to be uncovered.
That's a profound observation, but the title itself, Broken Country, that hints at something even larger, doesn't it? It's called a powerful metaphor, meaning it represents more than just its literal words. How does that extend beyond just the fractured marriage at the core of the story? What deeper meanings does it convey within the narrative?
What stands out here is how the title carries this really crucial dual meaning. I mean, yes, of course, it directly refers to the central fractured marriage, that's clear. But the summary also makes it clear it points to the cracks within society itself. It suggests a landscape where prejudice, loyalty, and justice intersect in these difficult and often painful ways. It reflects a deeper societal malaise, perhaps.
And the narrative style really helps achieve that layered meaning, right? The sources mention that through shifting perspectives and sharp dialogue, the story uncovers how personal choices ripple through families, friendships, and the wider town. It vividly portrays the clash between love and betrayal, truth and denial, and the struggles of individuals who want to break free from the constraints of the past. It really paints a picture of interconnected lives where these seemingly small choices have large repercussions.
And this leads us to wonder, how deeply intertwined are individual lives with the broader societal fabric? The novel seems to argue that they're inseparable. Its true genius, I think, lies in its precise depiction of how the personal failures of honesty within a marriage aren't just mirrored by, but are actively symptoms of a town's long-standing collective amnesia regarding maybe the specific historical injustice. It shows the intimate price of societal denial, demonstrating how the micro often mirrors and, well, contributes to the macro.
Wow. With such a compelling core, it's really no wonder this book has garnered so much attention. The reviews are stellar 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's impressive. So what aspects truly make it resonate with readers so strongly? First up, it's universally praised for its compelling characters. What makes these protagonists so gripping and memorable, according to the sources? What's the secret sauce there?
Well, a key insight here is how vital that raw and human quality is for an emotionally charged story like this one. The protagonists feel incredibly raw and human, flawed but relatable. That's the phrase used. Their struggles with secrets, the search for truth. It's all so authentic that they manage to keep readers deeply and emotionally invested in their journey. Because if you can see yourself, or maybe your friends and your neighbors in these characters, their struggles become your own, in a way. This fosters a really deep emotional investment in their journey, making their triumphs and failures feel personal to you, the reader.
That relatability is definitely key to a powerful story. Did the sources indicate if the characters' flaws ever risked making them too challenging, or unlikable for some readers? Or was that balance consistently maintained, keeping them within that relatable spectrum?
Good question. From what we gather, the emphasis is really on their human flaws, which suggests a careful balance was struck. It seems the novel allows their imperfections to deepen their authenticity rather than, say, alienate readers. It maintains that crucial relatability which fuels the emotional investment.
Understood. Okay, moving on. The novel is also lauded for its atmospheric setting. The small-town backdrop, we're told, creates an almost claustrophobic tension. How does this particular setting enhance the overall story and its themes? It's not just scenery, is it?
No, not at all. This particular aspect highlights how that tension the small town creates. That sense of everyone knowing everyone, all eyes on you. It makes the secrets feel incredibly heavier, and the consequences of them unraveling feel much, much larger. It transforms what might otherwise be a purely personal drama into a very public one, where everyone is affected by the unspoken, the hidden truths. It definitely amplifies the stakes considerably. It makes the setting itself a kind of pressure cooker for the narrative.
That makes the small town feel almost like another character in the story. And continuing with the strength, the review notes the novel's profound emotional depth and its themes of community. At its core, it's described as a love story, but definitely not the traditional kind, apparently. It explores how love can survive betrayal, silence, even immense pain. That sounds incredibly powerful, doesn't it?
It really does. And this makes me consider an important question about the sheer resilience of human connection. You know, the novel seems to explore a more complex, perhaps even a more realistic understanding of love. One that acknowledges its capacity to endure deep wounds, not just superficial challenges or fleeting disagreements. It's about a love that's been tested to its absolute limits, showing that sometimes true love isn't about avoiding pain, but surviving it together, maybe finding a way through it.
Right. And beyond the marriage itself, the novel delves into these larger themes of community. The review highlights how a town itself can be complicit in silence, echoing real-world dynamics of collective complicity and hidden injustice. This truly takes the story to a whole other level, I think, makes it more than just a personal drama.
Absolutely. Zooming out a bit, this suggests a powerful statement about collective responsibility. It's quite profound. The town isn't just a static setting for the story. It's almost a character itself, as you said, with its own secrets, its own very active role in perpetuating or maybe confronting injustice. It really makes you consider what silences your own community might collectively be holding on to, and the implications of those unspoken truths, especially how they might weigh on individual lives within that community.
Okay, but of course a thorough deep dive means looking at all aspects, giving you the full picture. The review does mention a couple of potential weaknesses, things a potential reader should maybe keep in mind before diving in. What are those nuances that might shape a reader's experience?
Well, a couple of things were noted. For readers who are perhaps expecting fast, plot-driven action, the pacing of Broken Country might feel a little slow at times. It's described as being more introspective, more focused on internal states. And additionally, some secondary characters, while present, are noted as being maybe a bit underdeveloped compared to the intense focus on the central pair.
Okay, I understand that introspective pacing can build depth, and focusing on the main characters allows for that intense exploration you mentioned. But for a reader specifically looking for that faster, maybe more plot-driven kind of action, is it fair to say this book might not be the ideal fit despite its other strengths?
Yeah, I think that's a fair distinction to make. This particular aspect highlights that the introspective pacing is likely an essential stylistic choice. It's probably needed for building the profound emotional depth and character complexity the novel is so highly praised for. You kind of need that space and time to truly delve into the nuances of their internal lives, right? And focusing intensely on the central pair allows for that deep, almost surgical exploration of their specific struggles, rather than maybe spreading the narrative too thin across too many characters. So yeah, these aren't necessarily flaws, perhaps, but rather stylistic decisions. They just help you know what kind of reading experience to anticipate. It prepares you for the journey by setting expectations for its thoughtful, character-driven nature.
Right, sets expectations. So, weighing all of this, what does it all mean for Broken Country? With that impressive 4.5 out of 5-star rating, it clearly stands out. The review definitively calls it a gripping, emotionally resonant novel perfect for fans of book club discussions. What makes it so impactful and memorable in the end?
Well, what truly stands out, I think, is that this novel isn't just a story. It's really an invitation to critical reflection. It seems designed to make you think deeply about the hidden broken countries in your own life, whether those are within your relationships, your family, or your broader community. The novel, as described, invites readers to reflect not only on their personal relationships and the secrets they might hold, but also on the collective secrets that communities carry. It forces you to confront uncomfortable truths, both within the book and potentially, within your own life.
And given how layered and challenging it sounds, it's probably no surprise this novel caught the eye of Reese's book club, is it? What makes it such a strong choice for discussion specifically?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the depth of its themes, the resilience of love facing betrayal, the insidious nature of community silence, the profound impact of hidden histories, it just makes it ripe for robust discussion. There's so much to unpack, so many layers of human behavior and societal dynamics to explore, and that's exactly what a good book club craves, right? It's challenging, but in the best possible way. It sparks conversation.
Okay, so as you reflect on this deep dive into Broken Country, whether you plan to pick up the novel or maybe just ponder its powerful themes, hidden secrets, fractured identities, the endurance of love, and the complex complicity of community.
This makes me consider an important question for you, the listener, to maybe take away. What silent pacts, what unspoken truths, or what hidden histories might be shaping your own country, your relationships, your family, or your community right now? And, well, what does it truly take to acknowledge them?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring those hidden stories.